All right, well, Pixar, you know Pixar. They've recently taken on puberty in their new film, Inside Out 2. It's the sequel to the original, which was titled Inside Out. It was released in 2015 with critical acclaim. In the new film, the main character of Riley turns 13. She has best friends and is thriving on her school's hockey team. But then puberty hits, and her friends tell her they won't be going to the same school as her next year, and then things begin to change. Now, joining me now to talk about this is former educator, author of and founder of FeelLinks, Marcelle Waldman. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So you and I both have kids around the same age. My daughter is heading into middle school, so I am so glad we're talking about this because I haven't seen Inside Out 2 yet. Cannot wait. But in the film, apparently Riley wakes up one morning and she's basically launched into puberty out of nowhere and is dealing with 4 new emotions: envy, ennui, embarrassment, and anxiety. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. There's been a lot of reaction to how anxiety specifically has been portrayed in this film. What are your thoughts?
Well, I love how they came up with these new emotions because these are things that do hit around that age, right?
Yeah.
And so anxiety, for one, I feel like is such an important one that we're showing and getting kids and families to talk about more, that we're really seeing it on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's such an important piece of our current life, especially when we're having our teens.
Well, and you know, it's you also have to recognize that if our kids are going through puberty now, they were like right in first, second grade at the start of the pandemic.
Yes.
And so my daughter, there were nights where she had sweaty palms, couldn't go to sleep, and I get it.
Yep.
It's scary.
Yep.
So let's talk about how we can support these kids and not feel, because I hate feeling powerless as a parent, and I think you do such a good job of showing us how to support them.
Absolutely.
There's inevitable anxiety with growing up. So let's start with number 1, open communication.
Yeah, we need to make a safe space for our children to be able to know that they can talk to us about those fears and anxieties and those worries. And so keeping that open communication where they know it's okay to talk to us about that is the number one thing that we can do, is be a safe adult for them.
And it's not just walking up and saying, you can talk to me about anything, right? What is behind open communication?
Honestly, it's all about over time, right? So even if it's not something that we feel like our kids are doing right now with us, the more that we check in, the more that we show that we are open, that we put down devices, and that we're really paying attention. We are looking, we are listening, we are watching, and knowing that we're also models for them.
Yep.
So maybe we're sharing with our friends or our significant others or our spouses how we are feeling too. Let them see that. That's really important.
Gosh, that's a good suggestion. Okay, number 2, normalize anxiety.
Yeah, so we need to tell our kids that we feel it too, right? Anxiety is a valid and very normal thing that we all feel. So we need to tell our kids when we're feeling it, using that vocabulary, modeling that we also feel that way, is normalizing it for them, letting them know, letting my child know today, like, I'm feeling kind of anxious to go speak on TV today.
Yeah.
That's okay. And some of that anxiety is actually good for us, right?
It is. It can be good. It really can. I try to tell my daughter the same thing because I've dealt with anxiety for years. And once you've been through it, it's great to be able to help and give those tools that you've learned to your children.
Yeah, and Riley in the movie even has that too, right? So she's like, wants with the hockey team, she has anxiety about the tryout, and so she goes and practices. So we need to also show how anxiety can get us to kind of
really take action.
A positive place too sometimes.
I like that. It's good. All right, be reassuring.
Oh yes.
This is a hard one to like not overdo it.
Yes. So we can see our kids sometimes will like make things way bigger than they actually maybe need to be, but we also need to reassure those are their feelings, and we don't want to take that away from them. So it's really important that we reassure them that when they are feeling that way, we're there, and we're there to listen, and we're there to support them through whatever it is. And sometimes they want our support, and sometimes they just want someone to actually be supportive in just listeing to them.
Yes.
Not always
giving an answer.
We can't always try and fix it.
Yes, listening.
Yes.
Okay, this next one I think I'm having a hard time with. Either I'm not doing my job right or hormones are really getting in the way. Healthy coping skills.
Yeah.
That's really about modeling behavior, right?
It is.
Ugh.
But it's also remembering that their healthy coping skills may be or may be different maybe similar or different to what ours are. So
Okay.
maybe mine is taking that walk outside, and maybe I have a child who likes to shoot hoops in his bedroom, or maybe I have a daughter who likes to listen to quiet music to kind of bring herself to a place where she feels like she's coping.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is not only address like showing and modeling, but also address different ways that we can do that. So I think of that as like our mind, our soul, our body, like what are the things that we can do that help us not only during those worries and anxiety, but also before. Like that self-care is really important, not only for us as adults, but for our kids as well.
Yeah. Routines are also really important, right?
They are, and I don't know about you,
No,
but right
what
now
routine?
I'm like,
What
we need to
routine?
get back into this. We start school on Thursday, so really it's a safety net for our kids is really having a routine, and it really helps us as their caretakers as well. We know when things are happening, we have calendars, we set parameters for bedtime, screen times, all of those things are really important so that we're really creating safety. And they may not like that they have to get to bed a little earlier in preparation for school.
Good to start now.
Yes, so we're starting that this week because we start Thursday. So we are getting up and we are, just moving about our day and trying to get to bed a little earlier.
So like I wasn't gonna start today, but thanks to you being here, I'm totally starting tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
You also say to limit exposure. Limit exposure to what?
Really to media.
Okay.
Our kids, they can only take in so much.
Yeah.
And so we need to just be conscientious about what's on at home, how much are we sharing, but talk about it. It's okay. Our children, especially our teenagers, they're really in it. They know what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
But we also want them to be using media that is appropriate for their age and what they can take in. And then when it's too much, we need to tell them to turn it off, and we need to be models of that too.
Yes.
It can cause that anxiety and those fears that are over and above where our children need to be right now.
Okay, that's a good point. And then physical and creative activities.
Yeah, I mean, we all need to move ourselves, move our bodies, and get creative with our minds and our hands. And that really helps things, along when we're feeling fears, worries, and anxiety.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we engage in those and we get our kids to go out and do things outdoors and get our bodies moving. And what are their creative outlets? Is it music? Is it art? Is it writing? Is it journaling? Whatever the thing is, like get them to do that because that will really help with where their anxiety is sitting.
That's such a good point. I mean, I'm literally taking all this in because, when you think of it, you go, wow, what a great idea. Like, why am I not thinking about this? But these are really simple things that we can all do as parents. It's not so hard that I feel like I got to start from scratch.
No.
So thank you so much. It has
Thank
been
you.
an absolute pleasure chatting with you about this. Good luck with the beginning of school.
Thank
Good
you.
luck,
You
Jack.
too.
It's going to be great.
Thank you.